Hey everybody, Mr. The Fanboy here. This is my review of yesterday's edition of Impact Wrestling. That was the April 13th, 2017 edition of Impact Wrestling. This is also another video of mine, another brief video of me praising Impact Wrestling and giving my thoughts on what's been happening, what's been going on in Impact Wrestling for the past 4 months actually. For the past 3 to 4 months actually. And I must say this was an awesome episode of Impact. I was too tired to review it yesterday. I got home I got home I got home right in time for the main event, right in time for the main event, but because I was so tired from everything else I was doing, I accidentally fell asleep through the main event. So of course, I watched the replay later, and during the replay, when I finally got to the end of the show, I just didn't feel like reviewing it, so I decided I'll do an audio review of Impact Wrestling later. I'll also include this Impact Wrestling review in my um, Impact Wrestling 4 month in review review, and I'm definitely going to be talking about this at the end of the year in my year-end review of TNA. But with that being said, let's get on with Impact Wrestling. What a phenomenal show! This is the show I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this show going back to February, going back to late February when I read the spoiler results. I've been waiting for this show, and it was a phenomenal show. I'm gonna talk about everything with the exception of the Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards stuff, which I no longer care for, which I no longer care for. With that being said, let's start off with the show immediately open up. I like how these shows immediately open up. Immediately they immediately open up with a match. Reno Scum took on Decay, Garza Jr. and Laredo Kid. Awesome match. Reno Scum control most of the match, and the wrestlers spotlight in the match were mostly Reno Scum and Decay. They had all the cool spots. They had all the cool spots, but Garza Jr. Laredo Kid didn't do much in this match, but Garza Jr. got to do a lot in this match, which was cool too. I wanted Garza Jr.'s team to pick up the win, but Laredo Reno Scum wins when one of the members hits a Razor's Edge to Crazy Steve against Abyss in the corner. Then they do their finisher where the other Renault Scum guy hooks his legs and pulls his arms and gets him into a submission hold like position. Then the other guy comes for a double foot stomp for the 1 2 3 and that's the so they win the first match by they win the first they win the opening match. Next match is the next match of the night is the newly debuted KM, who debuted last week, and Sienna taking on Braxton Sutter and Ali. Awesome mixed tag team match. Braxton Sutter and KM wrestled most of the match, and the KM guy very well. Performed very well in the match. Braxton Sutter's team won when Ali hit a crossbody on hit a crossbody on Sienna for the 1 2 3. After the match, Laurel Van Ness um um at the end of the match, they're attacked by a big Samoan wrestler named Congo Kong, who I think they call Fury, I think that's what they call Fury, something like that. He comes out, and he comes out um he comes out and Braxton Sutter and Sienna and Laurel Van Ness, who came out and laid out Ali. So yeah, liking this storyline. It's still pretty good despite the fact Melina Melina and Bennett are no longer with TNA. Next was Knockouts action. Rosemary and Santana Garrett Rosemary and Santana Garrett in a these women wrestled a pretty good competitive match. Match started off with Santana Garrett kept trying with Rosemary immediately attacking Garrett, but Garrett kept reversing her and putting her in all these cool roll up pins, all of these cool roll up pins and control most of the match until Rosemary got the upper hand and finished her off with the reading F5 her F5 like finisher. Pretty much Brock Lesnar's F5 is Rosemary's red wedding finisher. Another awesome match. Next was awesome X Division action with Andrew Everett, Marche Rocket, Suicide, and finally, he's back in the ring. Shane Helms. Shane Helms. This was an awesome 6-man match, even though I would have rather um Caleb Conley would have wrestled the match as himself instead of as the Suicide character. This was an awesome match. It was good to see Helms back in the back in the ring, back in the ring again. Everett wins the match. Shooting star press. Lots of cool spots this match. Too many spots to remember. Next, I skipped Davey Richards and DJZ. Davey Richards reportedly squashed him and beat him with an ankle lock. Next is the main event, the match I've been. Oh, before that, there was a segment involving EC3 with Bruce Pritchard and EC3, with EC3 demanding Bruce Pritchard, telling Bruce that he's next in line for a title shot. Bruce Pritchard, of course, gives it to James Storm and reminds EC3 that he lost a couple of weeks ago. That he lost a couple of weeks ago, and Bruce Pritchard berates EC3, telling him, "What's happened to you, man? What's happening? What happened to the old EC3?" So I'm pretty sure. I guess they're probably gonna turn EC3 heel now. Just when I was starting to get used to him as a face. Main event was the match I've been waiting for. Team GOAT, which is Josh Matthews' team, Lashley, Bram, Eli Drake, and Tyrus versus Team JB, Jeremy Borash's team of Chris Adonis, Matt Morgan, Alberto El Patron, and of course, Global Force Wrestling Champion Magnus. Magnus, phenomenal match, especially towards the end where it got crazy and wrestlers were just hitting their finishers out of nowhere. Um, the match ended when Matt Morgan gave Bram a carbon foot, reversed his choke slam like finisher, and gave him a carbon footprint, allowing 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 Maddox to hit his cloverleaf, to hit the power bomb and his cloverleaf like finisher, cloverleaf like finisher. Then he what did he do after that? 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 What did he do? Can't remember what did he do. Oh yeah, yeah. After, but before that, before the 1, 2, 3, Bram interrupted, dropped an elbow on Magnus, dropped an elbow on Magnus, and then Morgan came for another carbon footprint, and then Magnus finished off Bram with a flying elbow off the top rope. At the end of the show, oh yeah, this is the part I didn't like. I was really enjoying the Josh Matthews JB rivalry, and the three man commentary team. But um, J- Josh Matthews said if his team lost tonight, he would he would leave the announce table. He would leave the announce table. I didn't like that after the match, but it was a cool moment seeing all the faces kick Josh Matthews out of the impact zone at the end of the show. At the end of the show on the TNA's website, on Impact Wrestling's YouTube channel, you can see Josh Matthews leaving. Like I said, man, yeah, I didn't like I didn't like that, but another awesome edition of Impact Wrestling. Disappointed to hear that Aaron Rex is no longer with Impact Wrestling, which is why Spud is now ring announcer. They ring announcer now. So Rex is no longer with Impact Wrestling. Saddened to hear that. Rex, yeah, he's no longer with Impact Wrestling, and Spud. Well, I guess because he recently beat Jeff Jarrett for a heavyweight championship at an independent show. Is currently not wrestling, and EC3. Right when I was getting used to him being a babyface, he looks like he's now gonna turn heel. Looks like he's now gonna turn heel. I actually want him to win the championship as a babyface this time around instead of as a heel. But yeah. Then I'm guessing. Well, this I am looking forward to. He'll feud with the top stars, Alberto El Patron, and of course my boy Magnus for the 2, 3, and yeah. Also, I hear that Jesse Goddard. I keep forgetting what Goddard is doing. I hear Magnus. I mean, I hear Robbie E is in Japan. Robbie is in Japan, and what's his face? What's his face? And of course, Aaron Rex was initially filming the movie, and now it's just recently parted ways with TNA. Who else? Now that Baron Dax is gone, but Rocky Seal isn't doing much, nor is Grotto is in the UK, and Mahabali Shiro is just appearing. Yeah, but Impact Wrestling is just getting better and better. I'm also happy to hear that they're while the ratings aren't um while the ratings are stagnant. The interest in Impact Wrestling on their YouTube channel, they got over like almost 900 something subscribers. I'm happy to hear their internet stuff is doing great. I'm also happy to hear. I said they need to be doing this, releasing DVDs of their old stuff because that's the stuff people like. I even like the early days of TNA. So releasing best of um best of DVDs and stuff, and yeah. So yeah, Impact Wrestling is awesome, man. A breath of fresh air from the really terrible WWE on Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday's Raw and SmackDown, the Superstar Shake-Up, his wannabe draft was absolutely terrible. But I'll be talking about that in a WWE rant later on today. Um, so yeah, awesome wrestling show here. All right, I'm done.